Okay, my name is Swarna Sudha, working in Ramco Institute of Technology, Computer Science Department. Today I am going to teach you about the functions in Python, which is very important concept in Python. First of all, we'll see what is function and we'll see how to define a function and how to use a function in our program. So, what is function? A function is a block of organized, reusable code used to perform a single and specific well-defined task. If you want to write a code for a specific task and use it again and again, then we can use a function. In function, we have two types of function. One is called as built-in function and one more is called user-defined function. By the name itself indicate built-in function, already the function has been defined. Then we can use that function. So it is called as a built-in function. User-defined function, we can define our own function. So it is called as user-defined function. Okay. So before going for function, we'll see why we go for function. Main purpose of going for the function is to reduce the duplication of code. We don't have to write the code again and again for the same logic. If you write once, we can use that, we can call that function and can be used in n number of times. That is a main concept or main use of going for the function. And one more thing, if the problem is very complex, we can make it very simple by using function. And also the clarity of the code will be improved when we use the function. And the main information will be hidden from the user. Or because of all this reason, we go for the function. And as I told, there are two types of function, built-in function and user-defined function. First, we will see what is built-in function. Already the function has been defined, we can directly call them and perform that specific task. For example, print, input and all is a built-in function. So if you want to use that function, you can use it. For example, there is one list called as L. There we have a 3 element 10, 20, 30. If you want to find the sum, we can use a function called as sum. Or if you want to find the length of that list, then we can use len. And similar way, you can also use power, minimum, maximum can be used. All these functions are a built-in function. We can use that function. Okay. And one more is user-defined function. We can define our own function. So it's called as user-defined. That is, user can define its own function. Then, what is the syntax for creating a function? The function will always start with a def. Def is a keyword. Def, then you have to give a function name. Inside the bracket, you have to give the parameter. This is called as function header. Inside the function, what we give, that is called as a function body. This is the main syntax of creating the own function. So, function should always start with a def and function name. And second concept is function call. After defining a function, you have to call the function. Okay, that function call, it must be for function name followed by the parameter. Suppose the name of the function is sum. So I have to write the name of the function. Inside that I have to give a parameters, that is function call. So I am passing 2, 3. This 2, 3 is a parameter. I am passing a parameter to the main, to the function. This is called as a function call. Okay, we'll see one example, you will be knowing it. Okay, so as I told, the function will always start with a def, def. Sample is the function name. A is the function parameter I am passing. So print A. So I am, first of all, I am calling a function called as sample and I am sending the hello world. So in the main function, the sample, the name of the function is sample and the parameter is hello world. There I am printing. This is how the function works. You can see the above diagram, flow of the execution. So you have to call the function. From the calling of the function, it will be the function name. You have to use a function name and you have to call it. That has been passed to the main header, that is def function name. The cursor moves to the main function. So you can call that function as number type you want. Writing a code once, but you can call that function many times. This is the main reason, that is a reusability of the particular code. You can use that code n number of times by calling that function. Okay, we'll see one example. So there is a function called as add. So the name of the function is add. I am passing a parameter 2, 3. Where it will be passed, it will be called to def. Where def is a keyword, I am using a function name called as add. I am passing a, b. So C is equal to a plus b. I am printing C. So you can print in the function itself. Okay, this is one example. So you can also take the input and you can pass. Here I am passing 2, 3. You can also get the input from the user. You can see I am getting the value of A and also B, and I am passing to the function add a, b, and I am passing to the function. The function name is add, a, b is parameter. So C is equal to a plus b, and I am printing the C. You can even pass the constant, or you can pass the input also to the main function. So we'll see one more example to find the even and odd. Okay, as I told, you can call that function as number of times. So I am calling a function name is even odd. Okay, I am passing a parameter 5. Okay, so 5 will be gone to the main function. So that 5 will be divided by 2. If remainder is 0, it will be printed even. If not, it will be printed odd. Again, I am calling the function called as even odd. Again, I am passing the 8. Again, the same function will be called. This is called as reusability. You can use the function, you can call the function as many times you want. Okay, this is the main reason behind the need for the function. So here even I can pass the list also. You know what is list? Okay, ordered sequence of an item. So I am having a list called as L, where I have an item called 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I am calling a function called as my function, my. So I am passing the function, inside the function I am passing the list itself. So it will be gone to the main program. Now I am replacing the first index, that is x of 0 by 20. Now if you print it, the L, that 0th location will be replaced by the 10. So what this shows, even you can pass a constant, you can pass from the input, you can get the input from the user and you can pass to the function, or you can pass the list itself to the function. Okay, see, you can also have a function without argument. In the last example we saw, we used to pass the argument. Even without passing an argument also, you can call the function, and function can be defined without having a parameters. Even that can be also be done. Here I am calling a function called sample without passing any argument. I am not passing any argument. So even that also can be done. And you can also use a return statement in the function. If you want to return the answer or a result to the main program, you can use the return. You can have the return statement, or a return statement can be used, or it can, if you want, it can be omitted. Okay. So the return statement with or without value always terminate the function before it reaches. Okay. We'll see one example for that. Okay, here I am calling a function called as area. I am passing a value of 5. Okay, so it will go to the main function, where it will start with the def area, radius is 5. So b is equal to 3.14 into the radius into r. So it will calculate the value, area it will calculate, and the answer will be returned. Where it will be returned? It will be returned where it has been called. So it will return to the print function, where you can that answer will be printed. Even you can use like this also. So you can use the return statement in the function. Here there is no need. You should use only one return. You can see this example. I am passing a 7. If the sum if that 7 is divided by 2 and remainder is 0, it will return 0 or it will return 1. Even like this also you can use the return statement. So you can see n number of examples by using. So you can even pass, you can return a constant, you can return a expression, you can return a 2 variable or a 3 variable, anything can be written. See, I am returning I am passing, I am getting a 2 value from the user A and B. I am calling a function called as mult, and then I am passing a parameters a, b. I am not doing any calculation. I am returning that expression itself. So even in the return statement, you can use the expression called as a into b. You can see here cube. So I am passing one variable and I am returning a into cube also I can. So what it shows, even when you are returning a function, you can return a full expression also can be returned. So can you guess this? What will be the output of this? Yes, here I am passing a value 2, 3. Okay, so 2 is greater than y. If a 2 is greater than y, return x. If both are equal, the number will be x. Else it will be returning y. So you can easily guess the output. Here x it is not greater than y, so it will return y. So you can use return statement like this also. You can see one more example of factorial. Okay, to find out the factorial, we get one number from the user and we call a function called as factorial, and I am passing that n to the main function. Okay, so there the function will calculate the factorial and return the value of the factorial to that number, which will be stored in f, and f will be printed. Like this also you can return the value. You can write the program, you can write the function without return statement or with return statement. So, and one more thing also we saw that the return statement can be a number, or it can be a 2 variable, or it can be a multiple variable, or it can be an expression, or it can even have a return one, a constant also. Like this we can use the return statement. Like this you can use n number of functions can be used, and that function can be called again and again. Thank you. I think you had a little bit of knowledge about the function. Thank you.